Who else got robbed? Taco Bell got robbed by Batman. Now, there are some words that should not come out in one order. Batman robbing Taco Bell is one. Because I gotta be honest, the billionaires were hit worse by the recession. Batman could no longer afford to make all those cool gadgets he always wears. So he had to go around, you know, the dollar store with a label maker. It's the bad cornflakes. These are the bad Barbie doll ripoffs. These are the bad glue sticks. A guy dressed up like Batman and charged through the drive-thru, grabbed a guy's food, and just ran off into the night. And the guy in the van was like, is this the third movie? I thought it was gonna suck, but I kinda like this ghetto twist. Because he's Batman. He can't just walk into, he has to rob the store. He can't just call for delivery. I'm trying to call Chinese food. It's going to service. This is, Wayne. Yes. Shut up, Robin, shut up. I'm ordering. Can you deliver? Okay, excellent. I'm on, the roof of 611 East Street, about 50 floors up. East side of the building, between the two most menacing gargoyles. It's raining too, so yeah, pack some extra napkins. Okay. Do you take American Express? Oh, do you take bat dollars? They're Monopoly money, but I have put bat, okay. I will hook you up with Wonder Woman. No, Gail Simone is not writing for her. Click O. Shoot. We're going hungry, Robin. Batman's going around just punching up everyone. Isn't that the best part about it? All my favorite Batman villains always have these goons. They always have henchmen, just a mob of people who are cool with working for a psychopathic murderer. They're the only people I've ever seen employed in Gotham City, the city that's always on fire and always at night. The only other people who seem employed in Gotham City are cops. So it makes you wonder, like, has Batman ever run into the same henchman over and over and over? Because he's been not killing people since the 1940s. They're going to get circulation. It makes me believe that Gotham City has a henchman temp agency. Just kind of link you up to a villain so you run around robbing banks at night so you can spend the day auditioning for dance classes. And doing monologues, maybe and the like, maybe for the Gotham Broadway. I'm not here to judge. But after a while, doesn't Batman just catch on who these people are? Where is it? Didn't I catch you working for the Penguin last week? Didn't you used to be Nightwing? I swear, you sound just like Dr. Horrible. Under the Red Hood, watch it. It was great. Which is the idea of all the temps, maybe finally getting in prison again, just sharing stories about working for their boss, working for the Joker. He's horrible, man.
Like 300?
What's the joke? There's no joke.
320
He tells the new one, if it's good, he kills you. You ever work for Two-Face? I love working for Two-Face. He gives great dental benefits. Half the time. What are you working for? I worked for Mr. Freeze. He's cool. Oops. So, unbeknownst, I go around a lot of conventions. Yes, I do get a lot of play. I admit I look like DiCaprio. Every DiCaprio movie in the last 10 years. I don't know what's real, my wife is dead. Maybe not sound like that, I'm not here to judge. But I do get a lot of play, and it's always confusing when people suddenly learn, I have a sex drive. It's like, oh, you have such a tiger inside you. I would not call it a tiger. Pussycat. I would not give it whiskers. I would not give, that would imply that my sexuality is good at feeling its way around in the dark. There are bruises that prove the otherwise.
It's my
sexuality is more like a dog. Not like the actual dog that greets you when you get home, but like one of those psychotic little mini terriers, like those toe ring terriers, those mini pugs that rich New Yorkers pierce their ears with and shove in their purses with a tube of chapstick. Like you open up the door and just charge at you. Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you! Just come and hug me! Seriously, where's your dog? Like one of those tiny little over-emphatic things that were bred to get into cage matches with Beanie Babies. Anything that can fit comfortably inside of a donut is not a dog. That's just my problem. And Making out with some cosplayers reminds me of making out with characters from Full Metal Alchemist. I made out with one girl reminded me exactly of Edward Elric. Her tongue was tiny but eager to overcompensate. Desperate, in fact, to overcompensate. Another girl reminded me of Mustang. Hot. Oh, snap, bad pun. Whoops! Uh-oh. Never like Armstrong, but my shirt will come off automatically given enough time. I've never made out with a girl who reminded me of Scar. Silent and deadly. But there have been countless elevators that reminded me of Scar going around across the conventions. Someone dropped a scar. Cover your face! Don't look it in the eye. A friend of mine just picked up a Roomba, and it's so fantastic. The Roomba is this little disc-shaped robot that goes around and cleans up your apartment after you. And I'm a messy eater, so when we come over and we hang out for video games, it just hounds and starts humping my leg like a dog. It knows not to leave me alone. The best part about it, though, you take a dust bunny, put it on top of the Roomba, because for some godforsaken reason, they gave it a sensor on the top of its head, but it has no means of flipping itself over or getting to what's on top of its head. So the green light just turns red and it just starts stewing its own hatred. Why was I programmed to know this? I hate you! I hate you! Exterminate! 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 You ever imagine just a bunch of Daleks maybe ganging around and gang raping C-3PO? Bump, 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 bump. They have the plunger, they have the drill. Just saying. You know, you finally pop it open and there's Oscar the Grouch hiding inside of that thing. What are you doing, Oscar? Why are you killing everyone? Have you seen Star Trek Enterprise? Ruin the franchise. You thought Voyager did? No. Okay, then I understand my limits. I stopped watching Bleach. I stopped reading the manga on Bleach. I could no longer suspend my disbelief. Don't make Ichigo sad. He'll power up again. For 4.5 episodes. I've only got an hour up here, though. You know, you're gonna have to put that forward. Because my thing was, I was okay with all the swords. I was okay with all the people being dead, but not really being dead. I was okay with heaven being a 15th century ghetto in Tokyo. But Orihime broke it for me. Because you're gonna look me in the eye and tell me that a 15-year-old redhead with a double D cup is Japanese. And even trying to listen to the plotline of Bleach, any over-the-top Bleach fan just sounds like that 4-year-old who suddenly snorted a pixie stick. There are these guys with swords and they fight the people with masks, but the people with the masks, they take off the mask and they get swords, and another guy with swords, they put on a mask, and one guy makes a sword out of a mask, and another guy makes a mask out of a sword, and it's just a big sword explosion! Why did they stop playing Cowboy Bebop again on Adult Swim? We have to cater to you. I am sorry. We have to talk about Italia. We have to talk about Axis Powers Italia so that we can all start coping and getting over it. It's the 400-pound elephant in the room. It's time to shave it and maybe skin it alive. Make a wonderful throw rug out of it. That's animal abuse. Don't laugh at that. Although they do deserve it. Axis Powers Italia for the non-Viamuzu. The creator had this idea. Japan has this theory where if we can't have sex with someone, we will find a way. It takes place during like the 1940s, World War II. Every country is personified as a cute teenage boy. America's all big and body and thinks that he's the center of the universe. Germany is all in booze and stomps and yells at everyone. Greece is unconscious. We're just kind of okay with this. The fandom does not like it for the reasons that I like to tell you. They don't like it because it's a botched political satire that boils down into downright racism.
Yeah.
They love it and freak out over it because in their minds, all the characters are making out kissy-kissy off screen. Because it's never hinted at, it's never talked about, it's never shown. It's just, it's not there. They're reading into it for a reason that's not there. They're projecting their own political agenda onto source material that doesn't exist. It's like how Sarah Palin reads the Bible. Because that woman reads over the Old Testament like it's the Kyoto Protocol. You have to face it. Rent is off-Broadway. Cats is off-Broadway. Will and Grace is syndicated on TBS. Your time is past. 6 weeaboos back when we had really manly shows that needed, like Dragon Ball Z. Absolutely manly. Nothing gay about that. Just a bunch of shirtless, muscular men flying around like pixies punching each other. Glowing pink and glowing yellow, and playing catch with these giant blue balls, and putting on matching earrings because their 12-year-old sons were experimenting and fusing. Completely heterosexual.